Welcome to this visual merchandiser for Magento tutorial video. My name is Dan Garner and I work for OnTap. We are the UK's longest serving Magento Gold solution partner, and today I'm going to show you some of our extensions functionality. Specifically, you'll get to see how you can use drag and drop to merchandise a category in order to vastly reduce the time it would normally take you to do the same job using Magento's default functionality. We have a range of other videos available providing tutorials on all the key areas of visual merchandiser functionality. You can find these on our website at www.ontapgroup.com and also on our YouTube channel. So we're going to start by logging into the admin panel of our demo system here. This is a Magento Enterprise system, but the functionality is exactly the same for Visual Merchandiser as with Community Edition. So we've got a front end category here, which is a tops and blouses category on our front end demo site here. You see we have 6 products shown here, and they're sorted by position. So what we want to do is go into manage categories in the admin panel so we can see what this normally looks like for normal Magento functionality. So I'm just going to find that category, tops and blouses. Then how we'd normally do this in Magento is go to category products, and we've got this list of numbers, and that's what defines the position order at the front end. So we've got 1 to 6 and so on. And if I want to change the order, I have to change the numbers here in order to affect the front end. If I've got a category of hundreds of products, that's almost impossible to do, and many Magento sites just don't bother doing it properly because it's so difficult to actually do that, because changing the numbers in sequence and keeping them in sync is a very difficult thing to do. So we decided to think of this differently, and because there's no way of visualizing these products very easily in the admin panel, we wanted to make it very seamless and just as easy as the rest of Magento actually. So what we ended up doing was we've added this tab into when we're managing a category called Visual Merchandiser, and this does a whole bunch of stuff, but what we'll focus on here is the drag and drop window. So we have a button which is Show Visual Merchandiser, which if I click on that, we'll get a pop-up window within the admin panel. But what you'll notice is this is a visualization of what the front end actually looks like now. And rather than having to change how those numbers work, what we can actually do is just drag and drop the products within this window. So there's no more numbers involved at all. There's no more thinking about which numbers are which and which order they are and what the products actually look like. We can literally pick up a product and drag it around in this window. So if I want this one to be number 2 or number 1, I can just drag them around, and I can make as many changes of these as I need to, and then click on Save Positions, and then that's actually saving that category and those positions of those products right now. So if I switch back to my front end view and refresh that page, what we see is that the positions have instantly changed. It's that straightforward. There's no numbers involved. It's a very visual process now, simply drag and drop. We've also made the interface quite rich and provided attributes in the drag and drop window which help a merchandiser do their job. So we've got lots of information available here, which is not necessarily at the front end. Some of it is like thumbnail images, which obviously are on the product page, where we can allow a merchandiser to really understand the depth of information available for products so they can make informed decisions. Things like stock and pricing, and actually any other attributes as well. So we've got color, name and price here, but actually we can use any attributes from Magento and display them in this window. And these are not attributes that are necessarily available for display at the front end, but actually make a merchandiser's job more straightforward because they can understand things about cost or margin or those kind of things on products so they can visually merchandise much better. Now, as well as manually dragging and dropping individual products, we can also select multiple products as well. So if we shift click these products, we can get multiple selections, and we can drag those into place just as easily as we can for individual products. So we can grab whole groups and move them around if we need to at the front end. So some of the other abilities that we have is to get other products easily into our category. We have an integrated catalog search in the header bar here, which if I type in a search term and search for that, it will go off to the product catalog and find matching products, and it will list on these products any which are already in my category as well. So for example, this Ludlow Oxford top is already in the category, so we don't need to add that one, but some of the other ones are not, and there's a link called add to category which just adds that product to the top. Let's add a few of these, and we can drag and drop those around as we need to, just like any other product, and we can continue to do this with different search terms if we want to until we've built up our category. So if I just go ahead and save the positions on the category now and then go and refresh the front end, what we should see is these two new products listed in the category. Yeah, there they are at the end, just as they show in the drag and drop window. So that's useful as well. One of the other useful things is to be able to see different storefronts. So what we'll do is we will switch to one of the other categories that we've got set up on this system. We have multiple storefronts set up, and we have this test category. So let's go ahead and look at that in the front end as well. And it's perfectly feasible for Magento to have products that are available in one storefront and not on another. So being able to visualize those normally in the admin panel is almost impossible. So we can change the storefront from this drop down and see how the same category will look in different storefronts. Remember, this can be entirely different products. So being able to do that normally in the admin panel is virtually impossible. But with the storefronts drop down, it's very straightforward to do this, and really does enable on a busy website that's got multiple storefronts, but the same category structure, enables you to see your products in context within a single drop down just by selecting options on this drop down. So that's a really useful thing to be able to do as well. So one of the other interesting things about this category actually is that it has some hero products defined. Now we've got two products showing at the top of this category in a section called hero products, and those products are special products that we want to always appear at the top of a category. So this is a useful thing to be able to do, and sometimes it's a good merchandising tool. So we have a field here called hero products, and we can type in a comma separated list of SKUs, and those SKUs can be from anywhere. They don't even have to be currently assigned to this category. They could be from anywhere in the catalog, and by entering these SKUs here, they will automatically appear at the top and be fixed. So they're not actually drag and drop. We can't drag and drop them. They appear in the order in which they appear in the comma separated list. They can be removed if we want to, but actually there is a purpose for this kind of product. So if we have these kind of products, what we see at the front end is actually no different really to any other products, except that as a merchandiser we have decided to force them to be at the top. So at the front end they just look like any normal product. There's no real difference there, except that we've decided to fix them at the top, and they will always be at the top until we decide otherwise. So this is a really useful thing to be able to do within Magento that normally you can't really do. So that's the end of our tutorial. Thanks for watching. Visual Merchandiser is available for both Community and Enterprise editions of Magento, and it's available for purchase from our website, which is www.ontapgroup.com. Please take time to look at some of the other tutorial videos that we've produced that show even more functionality from Visual Merchandiser. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.